Welcome to Blackwood Tales. Tonight's story begins with a simple text message, one that should have been impossible. Before we begin, make sure your doors are locked, turn down the lights, and listen closely. Because some stories stay with you long after they're over. This is: I got a text from someone inside my house. I woke up at 2:17 in the morning because of a text message. At first, I thought it was spam. A screen lit up my dark living room. One new message, unknown number. The text said, "Check on your daughter." I stared at it for a few seconds. I have a daughter. Her name is Emma. She was spending the weekend with me, and at that exact moment, she was asleep in her bedroom down the hall. I remember feeling annoyed more than scared. People send weird messages all the time. Wrong numbers, scams, pranks. I almost ignored it. But something about the message felt different. I can't really explain why. Maybe it was the wording. Maybe it was the fact that whoever sent it knew I had a daughter. Whatever the reason, I got up. I walked down the hallway, and I checked on her. Her bedroom door was cracked open. I pushed it a little wider. Emma was asleep, curled up under her blanket, completely safe. I smiled, shook my head, and started walking back toward the living room. Then my phone vibrated again. I looked down. Another text. "Good. Don't wake her." I stopped walking. My stomach dropped. Because nobody should have known what I had just done. Nobody. Not unless they were watching me. I rushed to the front window. The street outside was empty. No cars, no people, no movement. Just a single street lamp glowing at the end of the block. For a moment, I felt relieved. Maybe it was a prank, maybe somebody was guessing. Then my phone vibrated again. I looked down. Another message. "I'm not outside." I nearly dropped my phone. A cold wave washed over me. I hadn't told anyone that I'd gone to the window. I hadn't texted anybody. I hadn't called anyone. And yet, somehow, the person sending these messages knew exactly what I was doing. I stepped away from the window. My heart was starting to pound. I checked the front door, locked. The back door, locked. Every window in the house, locked. Then I grabbed my phone and called the number. Straight to voicemail. No ringing, no answer. Just silence. I hung up. A few seconds later, another text arrived. "Calling won't help." At that point, I seriously considered calling the police. But what was I supposed to tell them? That I got a few creepy text messages? They'd think I was paranoid. I decided to send a message instead. Just 3 words. "Who is this?" The reply came almost instantly. "So far, your only friend." I stared at the screen. The message made my skin crawl. I typed again. "What do you want?" This time the response took longer. The 3 little dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Finally, the message arrived. "I'm trying to help you." I didn't like that answer, not one bit. People who are trying to help don't send anonymous messages in the middle of the night. They don't watch you through your windows. And they definitely don't know what you're doing inside your own house. I turned on every light, the living room, the kitchen, the hallway, the bathrooms, everything. The darkness suddenly felt dangerous. For a few moments, nothing happened. Then another text arrived, and this one made my blood run cold. "You're making it easier for it to see." I read the message twice, then a third time. One word kept standing out. It. Not me. Not us. It. I looked around the brightly lit hallway.
For the first time that night, I started wondering if someone else was inside the house.
I opened the coat closet near the front door. Inside was an old aluminum baseball bat. I hadn't touched it in years. That night, it suddenly felt very important. I gripped it tightly and took a slow breath. Then I started searching the house, room by room. The kitchen was empty. The guest bedroom was empty. The laundry room was empty. I checked behind shower curtains, inside closets, under beds, anywhere a person could hide. Nothing. The whole time, I kept expecting to find someone, a stranger, a burglar, anybody. But every room was empty. That should have made me feel better. Instead, it made me feel worse. Because the texts were still coming, and whoever was sending them still seemed to know exactly what I was doing. I finished checking the garage. Nothing there either. Just boxes, tools, and an old lawnmower. I returned to the hallway. For a moment, I just stood there, listening. The house was completely silent. Then my phone vibrated. Another text. "You missed one room." I froze. I looked around. Kitchen, garage, bathrooms, bedrooms, laundry room, living room. I'd checked everything, hadn't I? I started mentally walking through the house again, one room at a time. Then it hit me. The attic. My stomach tightened immediately. The attic access hatch was in the hallway ceiling, right above me. I slowly looked up. There it was. A plain white square. Nothing unusual about it, at least not at first. I told myself I was being ridiculous. Nobody was hiding in the attic. The hatch hadn't been opened in years. I couldn't even remember the last time I'd gone up there. Probably not since moving into the house. I took a step closer. My phone vibrated again. "Don't open it." I stopped. The message appeared on the screen. A few seconds later, another one arrived. "It's looking through the crack." Every muscle in my body locked up. I stared at the attic hatch. My eyes slowly traced the edges. At first, I didn't see anything. Then I noticed it. A small gap, tiny, barely visible. Just enough space to create a thin black line along one side of the hatch. My mouth suddenly felt dry. I took another step forward. The hallway seemed impossibly quiet. I couldn't even hear my own breathing anymore, only the pounding of my heart. Then, something moved, inside the darkness above the hatch. A small movement, quick, almost impossible to notice. I immediately stepped backward. The bat nearly slipped from my hands. For several seconds I stood completely still, trying to convince myself I'd imagined it. Trying to convince myself there was a logical explanation. Then the hatch creaked, slowly, softly, just enough to make the gap a little wider. And from inside that darkness, something was looking back at me. For a second, I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even blink. The thing above the attic hatch was staring directly at me. At first, I thought it was an eye. Then I realized it was. A human eye. Pale, unblinking, watching me through the darkness. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to run, but I just stood there, frozen. The eye never moved. It never blinked. It simply watched, as if it had been waiting for me to look up. The hallway felt impossibly silent. No traffic outside, no hum from the air conditioner. Nothing. Just me and whatever was hiding above the ceiling. Then my phone vibrated. The sudden sound nearly made me jump out of my skin. I looked down.
Another text. Run. That was it. One word. Run. The eye above the hatch shifted, just slightly, and that was enough. I turned and sprinted. I don't remember making the decision. My body made it for me. I ran straight down the hallway and into Emma's room. I slammed the door shut behind me, locked it, then shoved her dresser against it. The entire time, I kept expecting to hear footsteps, or scratching, or something dropping from the attic. But there was only silence. Emma sat up in bed, half asleep, rubbing her eyes. "Dad?" I rushed to her bedside. "It's okay," I said, even though I knew it wasn't. "It's okay." She looked confused, scared. "What happened?" I didn't know how to answer. How do you explain something like that to a child? I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. The operator answered after 2 rings. 911, what's your emergency? I looked toward the bedroom door, then toward the ceiling. And for the first time, I heard it. A sound, very faint above us. A slow creak, then another, then another. Like someone walking across old wooden boards. The attic. The footsteps were coming from the attic. My mouth went dry. "I think someone is in my house," I whispered. The operator immediately became serious. "Sir, are you in a safe location?" "I don't know." The words came out before I could stop them, because it was the truth. I didn't know. I had locked the bedroom door, but if someone was already inside the house, what was a locked door really going to do? The operator asked for my address. I gave it to her. She told me officers were already on the way. Just stay on the line. Stay where I was. Do not leave the room. I sat beside Emma's bed, holding the baseball bat, listening. The footsteps continued, slow, steady, back and forth, back and forth. At one point, they stopped directly above us. The silence that followed was worse, much worse, because now I knew it wasn't random. Whatever was up there, it knew exactly where we were. Emma squeezed my arm. "Dad?" I looked at her. She was staring toward the ceiling, listening, just like I was. And then she asked a question I'll never forget. A question that still haunts me. "Dad, who's in the attic?" My blood ran cold, because I had never told her about the attic. Not once. Not that night. Not ever. I slowly turned toward her. "What do you mean?" Emma pointed upward, toward the ceiling, toward the sound. And then she said something that made my stomach drop. "The man that's always up there." For a moment, I genuinely thought I had misheard her. "The what?" "The man," she shrugged, like she was talking about a neighbor or a family friend, something completely normal. "He walks around at night." The room suddenly felt 20 degrees colder. I stared at her, waiting for her to laugh, waiting for her to tell me it was a joke. But she never did. She just looked confused, as if she didn't understand why I was upset. Then the footsteps stopped, completely. The house became silent again. The operator was still speaking through my phone, asking if I was okay, asking me to stay calm. But I barely heard her, because a new sound had started, directly outside the bedroom door. A soft scrape, like something dragging across the hallway floor, slowly, toward us. The scraping sound stopped just outside the bedroom door. Silence filled the room. I sat there holding the baseball bat, staring at the handle, waiting for it to move, waiting for something to try coming in. But nothing happened. The house remained completely silent. Then, in the distance, I heard sirens. A few moments later, flashing red and blue lights appeared through the curtains. The police had arrived. I don't think I've ever felt relief like that before. I moved the dresser away from the door and let the officers inside. I told them everything: the texts, the attic, the eye, the footsteps, Emma's story about the man upstairs. They searched the entire house, every room, every closet, every possible hiding place. Then they searched the attic. I waited downstairs, listening, praying they would find something, anything. Finally, one of the officers climbed back down. His expression told me everything before he even spoke. They found nothing. The attic was empty. No signs of entry, no footprints, no evidence, nothing. I showed them the text messages. They took screenshots, tried tracing the number, but the number couldn't be identified. It was as if it didn't exist. Eventually, the officers left. The sun was beginning to rise. Emma fell asleep on the couch, and for the first time all night, the house felt normal again. I tried convincing myself that maybe I'd imagined it. Maybe fear had gotten the better of me. Maybe there had never been anyone in the attic. Then my phone vibrated. One final message. Unknown number. My stomach immediately dropped. I opened it. There was no text, only a photograph. The image showed my hallway, the same hallway outside Emma's bedroom. The same hallway where I'd stood beneath the attic hatch. The photo had been taken from above, from inside the attic. I zoomed in. There I was, standing beneath the hatch, holding my phone, reading a text message. The exact moment I received the warning. Then I noticed the timestamp. The photograph wasn't taken that night. It wasn't even taken that week. It had been taken 3 days earlier. 3 days. I stared at the date over and over, trying to convince myself I was reading it wrong. I wasn't. Then I noticed something else. Someone standing in the corner of the hallway, partially hidden by shadow. I zoomed in again. My blood ran cold. It was Emma. She was standing beneath the attic hatch, looking upward, directly at whoever had taken the photograph. And she was smiling. Not a normal smile, not the smile of a child. Something about it felt wrong. Like she knew whoever was up there, like she had seen them before. My phone vibrated one last time. A final message appeared. 4 words. It knows you know. I immediately called the number. Nothing. No ringing, no voicemail. The number was gone, as if it had never existed. We moved a month later. New town, new house, new start. The texts never returned. The footsteps stopped. And eventually, I convinced myself it was over. Until last month. I was sorting through old family photos on my computer. That's when I found a picture from Emma's 7th birthday. At first, it looked completely normal. Kids, cake, balloons, family. Then I noticed something in the background. The hallway and the attic hatch. I zoomed in, slowly, carefully. And there it was. A pale face, barely visible in the darkness of the attic opening, watching us. The same eye, the same thing I saw that night. The thing the police never found. The thing that had apparently been there long before the messages started. And sometimes, late at night, I still wonder who was sending those texts. Were they trying to lure me into a trap? Or were they trying to save my life? Because if someone knew that thing was in my attic, then maybe it wasn't the only one. Maybe someone else had been watching too.
You've been listening to Blackwood Tales. If you enjoyed tonight's story, be sure to subscribe and return for more tales from the darkness. And before you go, take one last look around the room. Check the doors. Check the windows. And if you hear footsteps above your ceiling tonight, whatever you do, don't look up. Good night.